Hello. Hi. Hello, ladies. How are you? Happy Wednesday. I hope you're well. I hope you are not in the pouring rain, the misery of the autumn weather. It's gone proper minging here. Proper minging here. So, who is with me live? It is Wednesday, the 27th of October. It's actually 4:59. I'm early. I'm early. It's not often I'm early, is it? Actually, it is. I'm always early. I have this freakish fear of being late for anything. Even when I go to the dentist, I'm early. Eye appointments early. Just turn up early for loads of things. So yeah, right, we've got the bear loth. I can see her tiny little profile picture. I can see Manning has joined as well. Don't know why I'm calling everybody their surnames tonight. Just that's how we're going to be known, by our surnames. Just noticed a big streak of grey hair there. That's nice. Oh. I've not done it yet, but I'm booking in to get the colour stripped out of my hair, and I think I'm going to go a little bit lighter so that these greys aren't as obvious. That's the plan. But then she's going to say, oh, the stripping's going to take like 5 hours. And I'm like, no, I can't be bothered waiting that long. Right, so let's get cracking with our infamous live of this evening. So I have seen no comments. If you're here live, give me a hashtag live. If you're here in replay, give me a hashtag replay. You know the rules. I want interaction, blah, 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 blah. So, first things first, huge welcome to the lovely Julie, the bold Catherine, and the rollicking Rachel, who are our new ladies that are joining us in our sanctum of the EMW Academy. Very much looking forward to hosting you there, ladies. Oh, there's Dawn. So Dawn, probably will get raging that I'm talking about her. But Dawn is, honestly, she's a lady that's just joined us in the past week or so. We're actually the same person. Very weird. And our family names are the same as well. So also very weird. So there you go. So a big welcome to those three ladies that are joining us over the next couple of days. It's been magic. There's Aris there. She makes cupcakes, don't you know? If anybody has any cupcake requirements, pop your request in the chat. I don't know if Catherine does any form of delivery, but, you know, she's self-employed. She'll like business. So, hi. Another big welcome to a lady called Hilda, spelt Gilda, and she is coming to join us to help out with our community support within the group. So you may see her face and name popping up. Be nice to her, she's very nice. And tonight I'm going to share a little bit of not really news, just kind of some like brain dumpy things that I want to share with you and kind of get your thoughts. But I am here to talk about something else. So we are talking about how do we find the real you, who do you want to be, how are we going to get you there, blah, 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 blah. So this person in the future versus the person you are now, okay? So if you're ever in a place where you're like, I am not happy here, and it doesn't need to be a big, deep and meaningful moment. It can just be a feeling that you know that there's something more, that you're kind of stuck, you know, a little bit, life's just a bit meh. That's a really good word, isn't it? Meh. You know that there is more for you, but you don't necessarily need to know what that is or what it looks like or how it feels or anything like that. Or you're just kind of like, is this it? And you are not alone if you ever get that. And a lot of people, a lot of women I speak to feel really bad for thinking those thoughts. They're like, I should be really happy. I've got an amazing job. I love my career. I've got a lovely husband. I really love my family. But there's just something not right. I just don't feel like me. I'm not giving it my all. I know that there's more, but I don't know why I'm here. And it's normal. It is absolutely normal. And if you think about, you know, where you are in your life, you know, most people in here are 40s, 50s, few in 60s. You know, when you go through your 20s, life's a big adventure. You know, you might be at uni, you might be finishing uni, you might be starting a career, some people are starting families, a whole big adventure, everything is new and we think we know it all, but now looking back, we don't. God, how raging was that when I found out that I didn't actually have it all right. And 30s, you know, growing families, developing careers, nothing, it's kind of finding ourselves, it's being the person that we want to be, and then boom, late 30s onwards, the hormones start changing. We're like, well, we're established in our careers, we've got established relationships, or we're starting new relationships, or the relationships are ending. We might have, the kids all might be a little bit older, a little bit more independent, but at the same time, parents are getting older, you know, and maybe needing a little bit more thought. You're like, oh my God, getting faced with our own and our loved ones' mortality almost. And one of the key things we should be to think about, you know, if you ever experience this feeling of there's something missing, is when you get to that place, or if you get to that place, is in order to move forward, we have to have a really good hard look at what the gap is between where we are now and where we want to be. And even for a lot of people, even accepting that there is a gap can be a bit of a challenge, and that's okay, because as I said, it might be why can I just not accept the here and now? Why am I not happy? But accepting that there is a gap can be just a ticket. It can just be the one thing that we need. But asking really simple questions, really simple but often quite hard questions, but really simple questions like, am I truly happy? What am I grateful for? What am I happy with? And what am I not happy with? What would I like to improve? If there was no limits, if there was no limits on money, if there was no limits on relationships, if there was no limits on anything, what would I change? And then, you know, things like that can take your brain off on all these tangents, and it's amazing when that happens. It can be very overwhelming, but it can be amazing. But even asking things like, you know, am I living my best life? That's quite a cheesy, but am I being the best version of me? And one of the really powerful questions we can ask ourselves is, am I showing my kids that this is how they should live their life? You know, that's a really, really powerful question. Hold on, I need to close that. And if the answer is, you know, I'm not happy, or no, I'm not living my best life, or no, I'm actually raging at myself that I'm not being the person that I want to be for my kids, then you've identified that there's a gap, and that's fine. You've noticed there's a gap, that's good. And if you think about, you know, very often actually, we know that there is a gap. We've not actually articulated what the gap is, but we know that there's a gap, and that's when it can get quite overwhelming. That's when it feels like, oh my God, there is so much to consider. Oh my God, where do I even start? And very often it's, you know, our bodies change at the same time as all of our lives are changing. It's like, right, I just need to lose some weight and then I'll be perfectly happy. And more often than not, that's not just the case. And, you know, I hear this quite a lot of people that have lost weight and then, you know, going, oh, but I looked in the mirror and still didn't like what I see, or I still didn't feel the way I should feel. And that, you know, that's about, there's a lack of fulfillment there somewhere. Okay. So when we get overwhelmed, we get emotional. When we get emotional, we can get really fed up with that cycle. And we've also got all these hormone things going on that can make our emotions be a little bit more heightened. But when that happens, as women, this is not for everyone, but as women, there is a tendency to just go, it's me, I'm broken, I'm at fault, I am the one that should be fixing all of this and I can't seem to fix it. What's going on? I can fix everything else in my life. I know, you know, managed to create a good career for myself. I created a lovely family. I've got a nice house. I drive a nice car. I can do all these things. Why can't I fix this issue? Anybody experience that? Anybody experience that? What is wrong with me? Why can't I fix this? When I've been able to fix it before. But the thing is, you may have been able to fix it before, but it may not be fixed permanently. And that's not your fault. We have to sometimes accept that things aren't our fault, that yes, we are in control of many things, but there's so many external factors, there's so many external forces that have helped get you to where you are now. And if you think about how long has it taken to get to the point where you are now, if you're not, you know, not happy, not fulfilled, feel meh, You know, for a lot of people, it's 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. You know, it's, if you think about all the inaccurate information that you've been told, all the inaccurate information that you've seen on social media in the last 10, 15 years, all, like, even just from a diet point of view, all the diets that you've been told, this works for everyone, and you're going to drop a stone in a day, and you just need to put these droplets in your coffee, and then lo and behold, they've got you shitting yourself, or just drink this tea, it's amazing, and you're going to lose loads of weight. And, you know, we do a couple of these things, or we do Slimming World for the 15th time, and it doesn't solve anything. And at the same time, everything else is shifting around about you. So think back to, there's a lifetime of habits, there's a lifetime of beliefs, of things that may or may not be true. Because I think if you go back to, I can't remember, maybe 2-3 weeks ago, I did a training on limiting beliefs. And limiting beliefs are just things that we believe to be true, but actually when we take a microscope to them, they're not actually really true. It's just things that we've conditioned ourselves to believe. Like a lady said to me earlier today that she just doesn't believe that she could possibly be a size 12. I'm like, well, why not? Other people are size 12s, why can't you be a size 12? Oh, I've been trying all this time, so it just can't be possible for me. We're like, well, scientifically, yes, you can. Absolutely. It's now that blocker that you believe you can is going to be the single thing that means that you never do, because you genuinely don't believe it. So it's about changing all of these thoughts and feelings that are stopping us from moving forward. But we've got all these habits, we've got all these beliefs, we've got all these emotional blocks that for the most part, started with us from when we were kids. You know, if you think about how we were raised, if you think about the language that was used round about you when you were growing up, you know, we absorb all of that stuff and it stays with us. It stays with us for the rest of our lives, unless we actively try and shift it, unless we actively choose to move away from that. And if you can, you know, we've got, I can see, I'm just looking at the tiny, I can only see 3 icons at a time. I can see Joanne Pitts. You know, take Joanne for an example, which, sorry Joanne, I'm just going to put you all over social media. She's been working with us for what, 90 days-ish, 3 months, and her entire life has changed. Her entire attitude to her life, her career trajectory has changed. She is retraining. She is focusing now. She wants to help others achieve things that she's achieved. And from when I spoke to her just over 3 months ago, she's a completely different person. But the difference was between her and, you know, 70% of everybody else. It's like she chose to believe that she could overcome it. She didn't know how. She just chose that she knew she needed to do something, and she did it. You know, she did it. She took a leap of faith and she did it. So if you think about all of these kind of things going on in the background, and there's a lot, and this can be quite overwhelming, but it really doesn't have to be. Get a notepad, jot these thoughts down. But if you start thinking to yourself, well, actually, if there was no limits, who do I want to be? What are the emotions? What are the feelings? Who do I want to be in it? You know, some words that often pop up are like, you know, vibrancy, or happy, or passion, or sparky, or sassy, or putting ourselves first. They're really, really common words, but where people want to be. But when you think about, you know, how would I describe myself now? How would I describe myself now? You know, frumpy, sad, miserable, don't like looking at myself. And the thing is, if we get so caught up in these negative beliefs, they're going to start being fact. They're going to start being fact, because these are the words that are going through your vibes. These are your vibes. But if anything is possible. Anything at all. So you can choose whoever you want to be. You can choose. You get to choose. And that is a huge opportunity. So instead of just going, oh, well, this is just how I am. Doesn't have to be. You know, if you want to be like that, then that is who you are. But if you truly, truly desire something different, then you get to choose, and you get to close that gap that I talked about at the beginning. So just when you're just key in and recognize the thoughts and the language that you're using to yourself. A lady, like, one word that came to mind when I was thinking about this earlier was justifying. I can't justify investing in myself. I can't invest in myself because the fence might blow down in the winds, or I can't invest in myself because Christmas is just around the corner. And you know, Christmas is just around the corner. Christmas is around the corner every single year. You know, it's not an unknown, it happens every year. But if we keep making decisions based on the roof might blow off, or the fence might blow over, or the car might break down, or the kids might need new shoes tomorrow, there's always going to be something, isn't there? There's always going to be something standing in the way. And using words like justify tells me it's an internal giving yourself permission to not do anything, giving yourself permission to just stay stuck and stay where you are. And if you think about the word justify, this was quite a powerful conversation, but if you think about if you're unhappy, if you're stuck, and a very extreme example was, you know, can you justify another summer feeling like shit because you're not willing to wear a t-shirt? You're only going to wear long sleeves to cover your arms. Can you justify another crying spell alone in your bedroom because you finally have to admit that your jeans don't fit? Can you justify, you know, leaving this earth 5 years too soon because you didn't justify spending money on living longer and healthier and happier? And, you know, how many people are going to lie in their deathbed going, oh, I'm really glad I saved all that money, when if they've not lived a fulfilled life? And that's like the very, very extreme. But just watch the language that's being used when you're talking to yourself about, you know, do I want to change? Do I want to be happier? So the top tip that that we talk about with our clients is, you know, think like the person you want to be in the future. Think like the person who is vibrant, sassy, sparky. What was the other words that I used? Happy, vibrant. I think I said that. As prior tense now. Think like that person. Don't think like the person you are just now, because that's the person you don't want to be. Think like the person in the future. So if that means the person that you want to be goes and buys the car, or hires the coach, or goes and does handstands in the rain. Don't do it in the rain just now, it's minging. You know, that's what to do. So every thought that you get going, I wish I could do that, try it. Just do it. See what happens. You know, see what happens. And when you start making decisions like the person that you want to be in the future, good things really, truly do happen. So yeah. Any questions on that? I don't seem to have any comments, and I don't know. I'm going to have to check. Let me see what's going on here. Because I feel that it would be unusual to not have a single comment, given the people that I can see here. Yeah. Well, my hair's really long today. That's obviously not just grown overnight, but when I see it on the screen, that's really, really long, isn't it? No, I've got 11 comments, but I can actually only see 4 of them at a time. So welcome to you all that have made comments, and thank you. And I apologise for not being able to read said comments. So if there is any questions, please pop them in now, because I can see the comments coming through. So yeah, so the other news, which is just something I'm kind of playing around with. So we have been, myself, Clara and Helen had an away day on Friday, and we're talking about, we're doing some stuff around rebranding and thinking about who are our people, who can we help, who do we help, and we're doing a bit of we're thinking of the Hot Body Project for Vibrant Professionals. That's where that word vibrancy comes from. The Hot Body Project for Vibrant Professionals. And then I was thinking, you know what, it's coming up for Christmas, it's coming up for Black Friday, and should we do some kind of giveaway, some kind of scholarship, some kind of something to celebrate? And I think we should, personally, but you know, if that's something that you think we should do, then give us a wee hell yeah in the comments. And if it's worthwhile us doing, I'll spend some time this evening jotting it out and seeing where we go with it. But I personally think it would be a really good thing. We've never done a giveaway before, never done a scholarship, nothing like that, and I think it's probably warranted to celebrate this shift to the Hot Body Project for Vibrant Professionals. Might have to wordsmith the phrase, but yeah, I think it's worthwhile us looking at. Oh, there's Yolandi. Hi, lovely. So, yes, was there anything else that we were to cover off? I don't think there is. I do not think there is. Any questions? Does anybody have any questions at all? I've got 5 more minutes. So if you do have anything, jot it in the comments box and we can see what we can do. See what we can do. God, I'm making my hair today. It was, I had it in a top knot earlier and it's sitting quite nice, actually. Right, I'm not seeing any questions come through, so I'm going to love yous and leave yous. I'm going to speak to the lovely Catherine in a minute, and I am going to make for dinner. Well, here's a top tip if anybody's struggling to get their veggies in. Chopped cherry tomatoes or baby plum tomatoes, a can of sweet corn, some feta cheese, some red onion, some red pepper. Fling it all about a bowl and add some lime juice and a little bit of salt and pepper. Very, very delicious. I'm having that tonight with some spicy chicken and scallops. Looking forward to that. So top tip, give it a try. Put your photos in. Thanks, Joanne. My hair does look bad. Loving it. Okay, right, ladies. Loving you and leaving you. Thanks for joining me. I will speak to you all soon. Give me a hell yeah if we think we should do something magical. I'll speak to you later. Bye.